type of program that you have. Some owners have gotten to the point where they're like, oh, we could roll with this because it's been working, because we don't have any hands-on programs. So when you're talking about a ground campus, you may have some advisors who may be able to wing it, because once they get into the campus, sometimes the school sells itself, right? So as you're walking around, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, these students look like they're having an amazing time. You have the opportunity to look at a student and you can look at their body language, and you have the opportunity to say, are you okay? Because you look a little confused, or you seem as if you didn't really catch what I just, explained. But when you're online, 100% of that is going to be in the questions you ask, your tone, your voice inflection, and you're going to have to be able to pick up those nonverbal cues, so even if you hear silent, you're listening to pure silence, that's a red flag. Okay, what's going on? Because you were talking a lot in the beginning of this call, and now all of a sudden you're not saying anything. Talk to me. What's going on in your mind? Let me know. You have to be more upfront when it comes to talking to students online, because like you said, you don't have the school that can sell this for you. It's all about you and your personality and building trust and getting that person to understand, you know what? I think Kat is the one. I really feel her energy, and I think she's going to be able to help me get to the next level. Thank you so much for bringing up online schools.
Absolutely. And then one more thing is, when you've done all this and you've implemented all this and you closed everything out, when they come in, it's so much easier, because all you're doing is picking up on the great bonding connection that you've had. There's times that, even before COVID, a student comes in that I've just had an amazing conversation with the day before, and they come in with a hug, you know what I mean? And they come in just like ready. They come in ready to receive everything that you're getting ready to present to them. And it makes it so much easier, and it's rewarding. So it's not hard anyway. The hardest thing is you're just trying to get somebody to see that they need change. They need it. They want it. They're asking for it, but they're so used to procrastinating, people letting them off the hook and all that type of stuff, fighting and all of that. So they want to kind of self-sabotage, but don't let them off the hook.
Yeah. And those are the students who are actually going to stick and graduate, because we all know that retention is huge. It's a huge problem for a lot of schools. And most people don't understand that a lot of this comes from the very first conversation with the student. If you're asking the right questions, if you're really digging and finding out what is their why. I hate surface level answers. Okay, my worst is, I want to help people. What do you mean you want to help people? Be a cop. You could be a firefighter. You could be a vet if you want to help people. I want to know, in what aspect are you talking about helping people? And I think too many times our lovely advisors, they're taking these surface level answers and they're thinking that they can make something bigger out of it. No, dig. And if you don't know, just ask, why is that? How come? When are you planning to do that? What took you so long? You have to ask those questions, because once the student knows that they can rely on you, they're going to feel disappointed if they try to back out. They're going to feel guilty because they know that you invested all this time, and they can feel that you really want the best for them, right? But if it's just a process to you, that's exactly how they're going to take it also. So they're not going to feel any type of way disappearing on you. They're not going to care if they just find another school, because they're not going to have the respect to call you back and say, hey, I've been thinking about this. They're just going to ghost you because there wasn't a connection in the first place.
Period.
So they don't owe you anything. I love it. Anything when it comes to PDLs?
Absolutely. Well, for PDLs, I know not everybody agrees with it, but I always tell people, bring somebody with you, because even if they bring a parent or not a parent, the PDL, it's usually somebody that they're with that are in the same place that they're in.
Yes.
And so I always tell my reps, like, students will burp students. I'm like, pat the belly. Just pat their belly. Rub their belly. When they're coming to see you, have that time with them, but ask for what's wrong with asking who else like. We all have influence. We all are influencers in our own right. Everybody is an influence to somebody, okay? So even if you're a friend and you ain't got nothing going on in your life, you still are, somebody is still looking up to you that's on your level. So why not bring them along the way? And I always show them, look at how many lives you changed because you brought somebody in today. You know what I mean? So PDLs, ask for them. If you don't ask for them, you won't get them. One of the things I used to do all the time and with the reps, if they don't ask for them, and these students I'm building a rapport with, they come to me to talk, I'm asking. And I'm going to give the PDL to somebody else, or I can't keep it because you're not asking.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
it.
the easiest fruit to get. That's the easiest fruit to get is somebody is asking. When you have those bad times where you can't get no appointments and you start talking to some of your students that you get appointments right away, they come. Those are low fruit. I love low fruit.
Well, here's the thing too. I think some advisors, they just don't know how to ask, and they feel as if the student is going to think, well, you're not even helping me yet, but you're asking me for a friend. Sometimes it's in the way that you ask. You could easily just say, bring somebody along with you who might be of a support, or someone who can help ask you questions that you may forget to ask. A lot of times that is the PDL that they're bringing. They just don't know yet. How many times you've been interviewing someone and you see the friend next to them, they start leaning in and they're listening to, and in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm coming for you after I deal with this one right here. And they start doing their paperwork. Now I'm gonna shift my energy over here. You gotta be able to pick up these cues. And a lot of this takes experience and skill set. But if you don't have the experience, use your words and just open your mouth and ask, because closed mouths don't get fed. And sometimes that's just all it is.
They don't get fed.
What about the appointment confirmation? Because here's what happens. So many reps, they're like, you know what? Why do I have to confirm the same day? I already spoke to them yesterday. It was just yesterday. How did you feel about that?
I can go either way with it. Because now back in the day when you confirmed it, it was like, let me repeat the information back to you. If they don't repeat it back, they did, we didn't have all that.
It was right in the sky.
But now you can text and get the, like I do texts with emojis. I make it so personal, but you should definitely confirm an appointment. You know what I mean? And the better you get at your appointment, you don't have to call them 50,000 times, but it's okay to confirm appointment in the morning. And one of the things I don't like with the confirmation is, oh, this is Asia. I'm just calling to confirm that we're still on. No, that is not a confirmation, right? For me, a confirmation is, hey, Kat, I'm super excited about seeing you today. I got everything all set up for you. See you soon. Boom.